You're listening to the AFTERBUZZ TV Network, now the largest new media platform on the web, and your #1 source for after-show entertainment.
Very good, Gene Johnson.
The AFTERBUZZ Studios in Los Angeles, California. Presented by Maria Menounos and streaming live thanks to Akamai Technologies. This is AFTERBUZZ TV's American Idol After Show. We'll break down tonight's episode and get you all the latest news and gossip. And now, another post-game wrap-up show for your favorite TV show. It's AFTERBUZZ TV's American Idol After Show.
Wait, I thought we were starting with I Love You, Papi.
No!
We should have.
Right.
Yes, wait, let it play.
Let it simmer a little bit.
I have no shame, I'm proud of where I came from. I was born and raised.
There comes a point when you start these shows that you realize this is why we're the hosts, not singers. What's up, everybody? We all know that with 27 million weekly downloads, listened to in 75 different countries, we're your one-stop, one destination for true after-show entertainment. I'm JC, and this is the American Idol After Show on AFTERBUZZ TV. They're still singing.
Dear Lord.
Good song.
Girls, we've got a show.
Well, let's let everybody know the reason why we love this song is, one, it's a great song. Two, because before Dexter sang it, this was our theme song before we came on the show.
Yes, every week we
Every
sing
week, this is the song we sang.
before we come out.
That's true.
It's the only song that Violet and I can sound good in.
That Stephanie can sound good at.
Why don't you just give us a few bars?
Psych.
All right, you three, settle down, girls. Yeah, you too, Jason. All right, let's start with introductions, starting with the lovely lady to my right.
Violet Kanian.
Hola, yo me llamo Stephanie.
Hola, me llamo Jason.
Ooh.
And running the ones and twos, we've got a special guest in the back. We got Mr. Phil Svitek. What's going on, Phil? Okay.
Cool.
Boss.
He's kind of quiet and shy. He's kind of like our Sam Wolf.
He is like our Sam Wolf.
Yeah, we got to pull him out a
The
little
quiet
bit.
and shy ladies, man.
But everyone loves you the most.
All right, guys, so should we start talking about the show?
Yeah.
Wait.
Possibly.
But before this, we have a special show today. Because someone just got back from Idol, Mr. Jason Ikeler.
Whoop,
Yep.
whoop.
Okay, tell us. Okay, what was it like tonight?
I was mainly watching Ryan Seacrest, but my favorite part, I don't know if they showed this on TV, when Harry Connick grabbed his butt.
No.
I saw it. No, you
Okay.
guys were busy talking about, I don't know. But yes, I
Jennifer
saw him
Lopez.
goosing.
And I actually really liked watching the judges, because a lot of times you see on these shows, like that I've been to the tapings of, the judges leave at the commercial break and go to their dressing room.
They hang out.
They all interacted with the fans.
Oh.
Like they were all three like taking pictures with the fans, so I thought that was really cool.
That's fun.
Okay, so were they as accurate as what we see on TV? Like
Pretend-
their critiques were pretty accurate.
Can we say something? Because Jason's talked about it and I forgot to bring my little shoe. I wanted to bring a shoe to put in our mouths.
Oh.
Why is that?
Because what were we wrong about, Jason?
Oh, I want to say Jessica. Oh, foot in your mouth.
There we go.
I really like Jessica now, but her performances have gotten better, and I've interviewed her twice now, and she's very sweet in person.
And I have to say, though, you know what it is, too? She's probably just happier. She really did come from performing in those smoky bars, and she just was so sad about life.
And now she's happy.
And now she's happy.
And she's coming across as nicer on the show, too. She
is.
seems more comfortable in front of the camera.
All right, you two. I'm so calling you all out. Come on, Stephanie. You're my Colombian sister. What? You've now turned into Oprah? You love Jessica Muse?
I love everybody.
Oh, come on.
No, but in real
Everyone
life,
was
I do.
great.
That is true.
We are all brothers and sisters.
Okay, all right. So and that's a bit of a tease because we've got some coverage, right?
Yes, just a quick little coverage.
Okay, quick little
Yay.
coverage. So we've got something called, we've got 50 minutes for a show. But before we do that, last Thursday, we don't do a Thursday show. What happened?
Oh my God, MK.
Yes.
I cried so much.
I know. I can't. Dang.
But we all
man.
called it.
We did.
We did. It's sad, but I loved what
thought
J-Lo
they were gonna be
said
wrong.
when they showed at the beginning of the show today that she's like, MK moved me in every performance, and that's what a recording artist is supposed to do.
Yeah.
And like, I loved how upset J-Lo was they didn't save her.
Yeah.
Does she
I
have-
thought for sure. I'm sorry. I thought for sure they were gonna save her. I was like, oh, they're gonna use their save, yay! And the whole audience was chanting, and then they said no.
Speaking of last Thursday, did you guys realize on stage with J-Lo was Pia?
Yes.
Jessica Sanchez and Alison Irahita.
Yes.
Who Alison Irahita is also the backup singer
What?
for Idol. She's the girl with the pink hair.
Yes.
I looked over today and I'm like, oh, that is you. Because I think we commented, we're like, that looks like Allison.
That's
Oh my
funny.
gosh.
You
How
did talk
funny.
to him last week as well, right?
Yeah.
So
That's online right now if you want to watch.
yeah, definitely come to YouTube. Check us out on YouTube, and also you can see it on the site, right? If
Yes.
you can see it on AfterBuzzTV.com. Which reminds me, if you're watching us live, guys, hello. If not, make sure you watch us on YouTube and iTunes. Comment. Let us know what questions you would like Jason to ask on the red carpet for next week, because you're going to be back next week, right?
I'll be back tomorrow.
Even better. See, so send us your comments. Let us know what you think. Let us know if you still think that Violet looks like Victoria Justice's sister.
Or
And-
Katniss.
Ah,
Really?
I like that.
Okay.
And I just want to say, I love you guys.
I like you.
I love you, Poppy.
And the
I
love for
like-
Steffi. All right, so let's get into tonight.
Okay.
Overall thoughts. I'm with the band week. At first I thought they were doing a big band week, but what?
Seriously,
I
okay.
was
The
confused.
first they said band week, big band week, and then they said I'm with the band, and then they said rock royalty, and I'm just confused.
I think
What was
they
the
just had to
theme?
sing a song by a band.
Right.
Ah.
Which that was what happened. Are we going to talk about
this-
them
It all
in the
makes
very beginning?
sense now.
The group performance?
Yeah, I mean, I don't think it's important, but
If you'd like,
No, not
I
really.
I don't think so either, because I didn't.
okay, good. Can we?
I do want to
wanna
say Majesty killed it in the group
Shoot,
performance
yeah.
in the beginning.
Really?
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Because
Okay.
what we heard at home,
We didn't hear her at all.
The band went up and like he was singing,
Her
she
vocals
went
went down.
down,
Oh,
and
Yes.
we couldn't hear her at all.
she killed it.
Oh,
Yeah, at least that's what I think.
And that's and we know you don't hold back, Jason, ever. So, with that said, is there a difference now watching it live, the audio, than what we see on TV? So
I
that
think
the fans
a
know
lot
that.
of the vocal issues, yes, but the stage presence issues you almost feel more when you're there.
Okay.
Oh, really?
Mm-hmm.
Well, speaking of being awesome, Alex Preston, and I love our judges, but man, I want to slap them all in the face. That was so
Seriously.
stupid. I felt like they sounded dumb. I think Alex Preston did good, and I loved his artistry. That was Violet and I. We looked at each other exactly when that happened. I love when artists will just sing like Casey Abrams used to do this. You know, like ba-da-ba-ba,
Yeah.
doo-doo-doo-dee,
Oh, I
dat,
love
dat, dat.
it.
Like it's cool because he's feeling the music. He was into it, and I thought that there was nothing. I thought there was edge in that performance.
He's saying
The
"Don't Speak" by No
Don't
Doubt.
speak. You know,
and
I
I
thought
loved
was
it. Like
good.
every part of it, I loved as well. And we were
And-
looking, yeah,
Right. And if it was completely different from the song, how was that not edge? Like that just made me mad. I thought that he performed it the way that a guy should perform it.
See,
and
I
only Gwen
think they were
Stefani is going
saying,
to perform
though,
it that way.
you need, when you do a song like this, and I think this was something you felt when you were there too, maybe,
Yes.
is it was like the energy was sucked out of the room.
Really?
And they have like audience coordinators. They're like getting the crowd up, but everybody was just kind of like, and he sounded really good. Like his vocals were on point. But
what
the
a bummer.
energy, I think the energy is what killed the performance. And I think what they're saying too is he needs to do something like super upbeat and take us by surprise. And his like artistry now is like taking a song and kind of bringing it down.
But
Kind of.
with what you said about doing something different, it's like the same old Idol game. If he does something different,
Yeah,
the
it's
judges
true.
are going to say, why did you stray away from what you do best? And then he's going to get voted off. Remember Pia? She did an upbeat song. She got voted off the
Yep.
next day.
Great
And
point.
I tweeted during the show that, you know what? That's what we like about him and that's what we want to see. So that's what he gave us.
No, I
Because
get
I'm not
that.
even trying to see him do something like crazy. Because how's he going to sound? He's probably going to
But
sound
I
like
think if you are going to do that, a song like that, No Doubt has a huge following, and it's Gwen Stefani, and like Gwen Stefani's like a sexy performer, and so you kind of take away that quality of the performance, is why it almost felt boring. Like if
I
it was,
wish I could
if it was
argue with you, but
anybody
you were
else-
there.
Yeah. What I really loved about that performance, he made it a completely different song. Like I didn't even think of Gwen Stefani
Exactly.
singing.
Oh,
it.
okay.
Everyone knows the song.
So he made it
Right.
his own.
But he did.
Well,
you
and
know what?
he made it fresh. So if it was on the radio right now, it would sound contemporary.
Because
right?
yeah, when he started off, I'm like, oh, he's kind of bringing like an Adam Levine vibe to this.
Yeah.
And then I think just like what Keith said, like you need to pull the rug out from under you. And I think by the end, I was just really bored.
Okay,
Maybe
so-
somewhere in the
Okay,
middle, do
right.
Yeah,
something
like
crazy.
just wail or like.
Yeah.
But I do think the fact that he's doing a song like that with his guitar, he almost does have to lose it, or like you know what I mean, like own the stage more.
Right.
Do you think is it the curse of the first? You know, because usually when you go first, last week MK went first, gone.
Right.
So a lot of times when you forget you have 8 out of the performers. Could Alex be in trouble?
I don't think he's
no.
in trouble.
I don't think
No way, because we love his voice. There's all the other performers I think would be in trouble before him.
And I think if you're an Alex fan, you probably enjoyed that performance.
Oh yeah.
Okay, and I was going to ask you because J-Lo did she get booed for the first time?
Yeah.
She got booed twice.
She got booed. Why?
But
I don't know if I'm allowed to share this, but it actually made me really mad, so I'm going to share it. They, before the show starts, they encourage contestants to boo if they don't like what the judges are saying. They're like, and make sure if you don't like the judges are saying, what do you do? And everybody goes, boo. And I'm like, I hate it. It feels like Jerry Springer to me.
It takes away from the show.
Yeah. And I'm like, J-Lo's had a really good point, I thought. And it just kind of was like, okay.
Well, I'm just glad that they did it because regardless of the energy being sucked out of it, well, maybe it wasn't that the energy was sucked out of it. It's just that when he performs, how do you get an audience to get quiet like that? Usually people are talking. Were people talking? Probably not because they were focused on his voice and his performance.
Okay, a lot left to be said, and we still got 84 performers to talk about and only a 50-minute show. So let us move on to Majesty Rose.
I loved it.
That was
really?
wonderful. She gave me chills.
Yeah, I thought it was so good. And J-Lo said something about like the vocals being all over the place. I
At
thought
one
they were
part,
on point.
It was just in the center. In the middle of it, her
Yeah.
vocals, she was, it felt like it was cutting. Like she wasn't hitting her
Maybe-
notes all the way.
Yeah, I have a feeling maybe it was our TV.
Maybe.
Because I kind of heard it a few times. I don't know.
All I have to say, and I'm going to keep my critique's going to be 2 sentences.
okay.
That's it. That's all I've got, and I've got to look at my notes. That tells me why I'm not a good actor. Is she an idol or is she just an opening act?
I think she's an idol. When she walks on that stage,
an opening
and like as soon as the lights go up, there's something about her that you just want to get to know her, and she had because it's about more than just the performance; it's about the whole package. And
Right.
she's super sweet and bubbly and draws people in. And I would buy her album today.
This was my favorite performance of her though.
Yeah.
And I loved her look because she didn't seem like so girly. It was just more like the grown version of Majesty. But just even the beginning and her voice was so pretty. And I don't know why she hasn't done stuff like that before. But what I did love was what Keith said, that she needed to be more grounded. And what's the lead singer of I always want to call it Flowers in the Attic. That's really
Florence and the Machine.
Florence and the Machine. Yeah, that she is grounded like she does because she's focused in her music. And at one point, Majesty did get so excited, and she even said she couldn't believe the energy of the audience, that it was like, whoa, wait, relax, focus on what you're singing. Don't forget your notes. Don't forget that you're still giving a performance at this time.
So is Harry right? Because he said she's on the verge of breaking through.
Right. she's
I
on the
thought she
verge.
broke through tonight, though.
I seriously, when I saw her today, I was like, wow, she can win the show. And I saw a star on the stage. She was perfect.
Yeah,
Wow.
I
Her
agree.
presence is so amazing.
And I think too,
think-
and this might be different because I've talked to her twice and I really like her as a person now. But she's like, I'm still learning who I am as an artist. Like, I'm young, I'm trying these new things, and that's the point of these shows, is to find and make stars. So you have to test things out,
Right.
And I think when she did let it go, she tried to see if she could do that. She couldn't, and now she won't do a song like that anymore.
No, but that was good. If she would have focused, that was the best song that she's done so far. That was my favorite. It was only that
This one.
She
But
got
tonight.
this
Yeah,
one
yeah,
tonight.
okay, good.
No, tonight. But that she got a little bit excited and it just threw her off a little bit. But I do like that you say that because they are amateurs. And the one thing that I've noticed being in Los Angeles as personal experience is that I've been finally able to nurture my creativity. And that's the thing about these artists that is, for instance, Sam Wolf. Sam said that I've never had anyone to jam with before. And it's true. When you can't nurture your talent, what do? It stays in one place. Where if you get to experiment more, you get to be on stage, then more gets to happen, which unfortunately for MK, wait, but where is she from?
In San Francisco.
San Francisco. Well, that doesn't really count with her because I would imagine her being able to.
So, but what you're saying is you're finding yourself along the way.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
So would you say, is this a problem Dexter's having? Finding his own voice? Is he a karaoke singer?
yes.
I'm putting...
Yes.
Yes.
I hate to be so
You know
blunt
what?
about
I liked
that.
what Keith said to him tonight.
That was my point, yes.
Because he said if somebody would have given the song to Dexter and he sang it, you would have thought, oh, it's really good. And that's what I thought when I was there. That's a
To
fun
who?
song to Dexter.
Oh, but we're.
Boondocks.
Yeah,
Yeah, the Boondocks
Oh,
song.
okay. If so-
Yeah, is that what I said? I don't know.
Yeah, it is. Sorry. I got
If
confused.
Dexter would have been singing that song and you didn't know Little Big Town, you'd be like, this is so good. And he had the audience pumped and he sounds good. But he sings it identical to Little Big Town.
And that's
Oh,
that's the
what you're
question.
saying. Oh, okay.
See, but he doesn't. he sings it very karaoke, in my opinion.
Oh, yeah. Like, not identical.
Right,
like
right.
Yeah.
He doesn't have the power. He's picking all these, like, fun, energetic, right now songs, and he just doesn't have the presence to bring that song to life. He just sings it.
Dexter reminds me of being out in Virginia at my friend Ava's farm with a fire.
Shout out to Ava.
Shout out to Ava. With some moonshine, and then we'd be like, Dexter, grab your guitar and sing us some, and then we'd start giving him request songs that we've already heard.
Yeah.
That's who Dexter
too.
is.
I like that.
That's a good one.
No, but here's the thing. Adding to what you said, what Keith said, could he turn it into the sound that Big Little Town did with
Little Big Town.
Sorry, Little Big Town. I'm having a dyslexic moment today. No, could he do the same?
No.
Given the song, that's something we have to find out.
But I think for the show too, like, we need to know that he needs a wow moment, and he's just like, he picks good songs, like, as in songs that everybody likes. So you're already gonna like the performance because you like the song. But he hasn't made me think like, oh, I can't believe he sang that line that way, or
exactly. He doesn't even. Me, I don't sing. Like, it's not what I do. I don't know anything about singing. I would be like, okay, at that moment, drop the song, drop the music, and wail, or hit this note, or do this, and give some power to this word. He doesn't do any of that.
Or even how Sam sang the Plain White Tees song, like, just vocally, he would, like, change up lines, so it sounded like a Sam Wolf song, and he would, and, like, still true to the original, but like, you can tell he knows what he's doing.
Absolutely.
Dexter did change up the ending a little bit, because the last little phrase.
Well, they just had to cut the song short, though. Sam is like, there are some contestants here who are taking their notes seriously, others who aren't, who are forgetting about it.
Exactly. Every week they tell him the same thing, and he comes back doing the same thing.
Yeah.
If you talk to him tomorrow, can you ask him if that's really his dog? I don't know if you saw the prepackage.
The lab.
Oh.
Yeah, his Roll Tide.
I'll ask
For
him.
Alabama people, just
Is that really your dog?
Yeah, and is his name Roll Tide? That's just awesome.
Okay.
So there's a little football inside there. So, Dexter, he's been in trouble the last few weeks.
I think he'll get voted off.
Whoa, okay. All right. I was going to tease everyone, but Steph knows. All right. All right. She's
But
just
Malaya
fine.
won't.
You think Malaya's staying?
She
Malaya's
was dope,
staying.
right?
Why is Malaya staying?
Are we talking about Malaya now?
Yeah,
Yeah.
we're moving on.
Because Malaya, well, if you look at Twitter, she has the most followers, her and Sam. Those are the kids that vote. They follow on Twitter. She's a package in herself. She's got a, like, great personality for TV. She, like, tonight, I actually didn't like the song choice.
Yeah.
But vocally, she killed it. She sounded amazing. I just wish she would do something a little younger.
Yes, I agree, because I don't like it when people choose the Beatles, because they have to understand that for anyone, for instance, like, I'm a Beatles fan, that you're just expecting something. So don't set me up to not like you already. Although her vocals were good.
Yeah,
I know that.
That for me, but, like,
I know, but
David Archuleta sang this song on the
Right.
show, and he made it, like,
incredible.
young and fun, and there was a lot of energy to it.
But he probably was an actual fan of the Beatles and knew how to deliver it.
Yeah.
I
you
think
don't
it
think
just
she-
has.
Them some fighting words there,
I
Steffi G.
thought she delivered the song really well.
She did, but
Okay, so maybe it's a
Violet.
lost in translation in TV, because I actually agree with the girls. I thought it was half good, half bad.
Right.
I thought she was out of control in
Really?
certain parts of the song. Half of the song, I loved her tonally, and another half, I just thought she was like a phoenix, like a fire phoenix, out of
Right.
control. If she could just hone that a bit, that's what my ear picked up.
Do you know what? That's usually my problem with her too. Like, watching it,
Yeah.
I'm like, it just seems all over the place. But when I was there, it felt like she was killing all the notes, and the runs she was doing, I was like, oh dang.
but because she knows that she has to perform well. Malaya's voice and the song doesn't connect, though.
Yeah, I don't think it was a good song choice at all.
That's what the issue is with her, is that she doesn't. She's just singing well because she knows to sing well, and she knows her note. Like, she has that talent in her, but it just doesn't go with the song. I don't know how to explain it. Like,
Violet, what's going on in your brain
I
here?
didn't like it at all.
yeah. Well,
I feel
At
like
all?
I
Nothing?
feel like she took a complete step back. Last week she was amazing. She was so in control. Every note was perfect. She wasn't whining. She wasn't yelling. And I feel like this week she's back to her whiny, yelly kind of.
I want to
it's
watch it back
frustrating.
on TV and see
It's a little frustrating listening.
Well, to back up what you said, J-Lo's critique was she loved the control. So that's poop on me and poop on Violet as well. So what are we listening to? So maybe there is something different listening to the artist live.
Right.
Well, I think when they mix it live too, they like turn the vocals up so much. And so when you're there, it's like you're at a concert, like the acoustics.
Right.
So even if she was off, you wouldn't notice as much because the guitar is just as loud and the piano is just as loud.
I just still think that she should have like a connection. I love that Ryan made Alex Preston look so good by saying, "What do you do with the notepad?" Like this is something that proves to me, as someone who has been into music, someone who does follow artists who used to sing and do things like that, that awesome. If you're gonna be someone who maybe doesn't know the song or singing a female song, wonderful that you're gonna write down each lyric and relate it to your life, because then you're a part of the song. I think that's why I liked his performance. And Malaya, she's like, oh, I know that song, I know how to sing it, and I know which notes that I can make better, but that's it. Not because that's why I wasn't connected with her during the performance.
I thought even when Ryan was talking to her at the end, when she was like explaining how she was connected to it, I don't think she was not connected emotionally to the song. I just think it was a bad song choice.
Yeah.
Arrangement, or just the song's just not for her?
Just she needs a younger, like,
Yeah, 'cause
I don't know,
she's
she
too
needs to do
goofy
something
for it.
fun.
Yeah.
So speaking of fun, let's talk about Sam Wolf. I don't know why I said that. That doesn't match, because I love Sam. In the beginning, I thought he was going to go all the way, but I see him struggling staying in the competition. And even though he has the huge Twitter following, he was in the bottom 3. Wasn't he in the bottom 3 last week or the week before?
He got sent back to the couch.
Okay.
Yeah, he has been. And even, so that dispels our Twitter theory.
He walked in the room, because they all like walk in there when they play their packs. He walked in the room and literally every little girl was screaming at the top of her lungs. You couldn't hear, and they didn't do that for anybody else. So you felt like, oh, this is the winner. And then he sings, and he's like, he sounds so good, but like, that's you can make that song so fun and like move around with the guitar and make eye contact with all the girls in the pit. Like, you're supposed to be a teen heartthrob, and he looks like a deer in headlights.
That's the point, right? I was going to say, I think Sam has the most fragile psyche out of all the singers. And being that the judges have been critiquing him in such a way, and he's making the adjustments, but he may be adjusting so much that he's lost in all the critique, and we're losing Sam.
Yeah.
We're losing who he is. And needless to say,
I just want
Sorry,
to
I
hold
was
him.
thinking about something.
you're thinking about something? Okay. No, but the problem is with us losing Sam, is that it tells me that he never knew who he was to begin with as an artist.
I think he does. I think he's so young.
He is.
And you have to, I remember, this is going to sound so stupid, but in high school, like in voice lessons, like that's a hard thing to do when you're like 16, to be like, oh, your voice teacher would be like, what is this line about? What is this line about?
Well, yeah.
And you're in your head, you're like, okay, I can't go flat on this. I have to, you know what I mean? I have to sing this. And I don't think it's that he can't do it. I think he's so young. He's playing guitar. And vocally, he is so good. Every like note he sings is amazing. But that's just the next thing he has to work on.
But he's just trying to please everyone instead of just being himself and just, hey, like Philip Phillips, you want me to wear something else? Too bad.
But he's also,
But I think it's like, I don't think it's that. I think
it's a
that
maturity level though too. I think that regardless of you telling him, he hasn't had, if he grew up, you saw where he was performing. Why were you laughing, JC?
Because he was at the Seniors Cafe.
Because he was at the Seniors Cafe. If you're around a Seniors Cafe, like he probably doesn't even, like, he's so cute to me because I'm like, does he even know how to flirt?
So you gotta throw him in
If
like
you
the
don't know how- if
Roxy
you
or
don't
the
know-
Viper
if
Room
he's
or
around
something.
a girl, like if I was like, you're so cute, he probably would be like, he
Oh my
wouldn't
gosh,
even know
he'd
to
get-
just to flirt back with me.
He
He
would
would just
get
be like,
so
thank
red,
you.
and he would get so
And that's
shy.
it. So that's why he's gonna be on stage, and he can't like. Alex, when he does his little thing, he's kind of flirting with his instrument. He's flirting with his music. And,
I agree.
and
Well, if you
I know that sounds weird. Shut up. Shut
I
up.
agree. I know what you're talking about.
But Sam is like, okay, A, C, D, every boy. You know what I'm saying? Like, just concentrate. I want to move a little bit. That's it.
Yeah.
Okay,
But
I got
if
it.
you watch like One Direction or something, they have like,
Because
this
they
is gonna
know.
sound cute.
They're
They
little,
have
ooh,
sex
God, they're so
appeal.
fine.
Yeah,
They're
they
so
have-
fine.
And he needs to do that because he's a cute kid. He's super talented. Like, he is
Hairstyles.
insanely talented.
I'm just
But
sorry.
he
I started
doesn't
thinking
have-
of it, so I held on to your hand.
If you're not watching this live, Steffi G is trying to make a pass at our Demi Lovato queen of the fan club, and it's almost working.
Yeah, he needs sex appeal. Maybe he needs to have sex.
Moving on.
Maybe though.
Can I just say one thing?
Absolutely.
The boy grew up with his grandparents in a retirement community. He's never flirted in his life. He's never had a
come
girl
on.
hit on him. He's never hit
He's
on
never
a girl.
been around sexy women.
He's never been around
really?
women. He's either been around little girls
He's
or
like, excuse me,
older
can I help you cross the street?
grandmothers.
Excuse me, can I help you get your groceries?
Doesn't he go to
He
high, he
doesn't-
goes to high school though?
But
right?
He
probably
doesn't know. Come on.
We need to keep you two girls away from him because I've heard what you say while we're watching the show about poor little Sam.
When
So-
he's 18.
when he's 18, he
Okay.
said.
But I do think vocally he killed it. He just has one thing to work on, and it's connecting to the songs.
Right.
Everything else is perfect.
Yeah.
If he ever sings a song to his grandparents, he is gonna be incredible.
Yep.
Yeah.
I thought you were going to say something completely different there, Violet. I was like, if he's ever in Southern California at the AfterBuzz Studios, come on by. And
I'll tell you
Calm
what,
down.
though. If
When
he
you're 18.
ever becomes,
Oh no.
does that, I bet you he's going to
what
perform.
are you talking
this
about?
is for our audio listeners, Stephanie. I'm going to put you on the hot seat since most of our downloads, 99% of them are through iTunes. So you need to explain
She's making-
radio is the
Excuse
theater
me.
of the mind.
She's making inappropriate hand
I don't want to
gestures.
be inappropriate, and I do not wish to offend anyone, but if
Gives that a special hug.
But here
if
goes
Sam
nothing.
is in fact not sexually active when he becomes, if
Oh
he,
my God.
no, I meant, but in the minimal way, in the very minimal way. I'm not talking all the way, but I bet you it's gonna loosen
When
the guy
he
up.
becomes intimate.
Phil,
with
can you run a
women.
commercial,
Thank you. When he
please?
becomes
You're
intimate.
Can we do
How
a-
about when he gets a girlfriend? If he gets
Excuse
a
me,
girlfriend.
my English is not very good. I'm sorry.
This moment brought to you by Just the Tip. Now let's move on
my
to Jessica Muse.
Jessica. I'm a Jessica fan now. I can't help it. I'm overflowing with love for Jessica.
I wrote that she looks happier and she looks great. They said something about how she wasn't good. I thought that she looked better without the guitar because she seemed like more a performer this time
Yeah.
around, and I liked that. I
But
thought
also
that
her
her
vocals-
vocals were off a little bit. Sometimes.
Oh, okay. I want to watch
the
it
end,
back and
at
see
the
how
end.
it sounds
Okay.
differently because when she was up there, I was like, because I've always had issues with her tone because I think it's inconsistent. Tonight, I was like, damn, like my jaw was dropped the whole time. I thought it sounded so good.
I think she's
No, I
incredible.
thought she did great in the beginning. I was just saying, kind of towards the end, I think some of her vocals were a little bit off. But I do appreciate what Harry said because I think that it is a subtle change that
Do you know what's so
she's
funny?
doing. Hold on, I forget how he said it exactly. Sorry,
Like
why don't
coming
laugh
into
at
her
me.
own.
Everybody, I know whoever's watching live. I'm sorry that you always witness me like lose. I don't know. I don't got all the brain cells in there. I'm sorry. What do you want?
It's
You know,
late.
Steph, I'm going to help you out. You know what? While watching this performance, I felt
I'm
I
like
had...
Harry. What I'm trying to say though is that subtle change is good for
After
her.
sorry, Steph, I'm going to make you read the AfterBuzz table of contents, or actually the 10 Commandments, and you're going to learn about the ums and the ahs. So let me
She's
tell you,
just
Oh.
imitating
I was imitating Harry.
teasing you right now.
I don't really and ahs.
Okay, I'm gonna talk now.
Yes.
I'm just kidding. I thought. I'm just kidding.
No.
I thought she did really good, and I think she was super connected to the song. But I get the subtle change because she seems so much more comfortable on camera when you watch her now.
Yes.
Before, even in the interviews, it was like shy, and now she's like opening up and smiling. And
Yeah, she's smart.
I thought it
She's
was really
glowing
cute.
a little bit.
Gina tonight told me that she's like, Jessica's been like a big sister to me. Like she takes me under
I
her
just
wing.
got goosey.
And
me
everybody
too.
says we played Idol mock elections, which we'll play one clip from later on in the show. But one of the things that you won't see is I said like most likely to be president, and everybody said Jessica because she's so level-headed.
Wow.
And I was like, we always think
Wow.
that she's like
Hot mess.
yeah.
Wait,
she's not.
You
that's
always
true. The
think.
two
That's
of
okay,
us.
but even recently, I've been saying that there have been performances that I do like of her. I do like that her attitude has changed, and I understand that it comes off differently. But regardless, in the beginning of the show, it's one of those things where, you know what, your manner should always play into your part, and I still stand by what I said in the beginning. However, having been in Hollywood for a month, having had all these people around you, fortunately, she's someone who's learning. So she's making herself a little bit better, and she looks better. She genuinely looks better in the face and happier.
She's so pretty.
So that makes a difference.
Violet, I was going to ask you this. So now that we're listening to about this other side about Jessica, do we get mad at the Idol producers for the edit? that we see?
Honestly, the edit we saw, I said it from the beginning. I thought she handled herself really well. Just that one part in Hollywood Week, I didn't like what she said. But you never know. I think you were the one who said, "Who knows? Maybe afterwards she was like, oh, you caught me off guard.
Right.
You sounded amazing." We don't know. And that part
But
you
I
could be
think,
right.
too-
But sorry,
go ahead.
just to finish my thought. But I do believe. I think I said it before. She was just shy and not the bubbly camera person that we're so used to seeing on Idol. And she's just like a regular person who's just not used to all the fame and glitz and glamour. And now she's getting used to it and
relaxed.
she's enjoying it. So she's smiling and she looks nicer.
I wouldn't blame it on producers then, because without him having done the interview, we were beginning to notice it. She didn't. She
Yeah.
wasn't bugging us as much anymore.
But I think too, in the beginning of the show, like producers know, like, oh, maybe they knew she was going to be in the top 40 or whatever, but they don't know who's going to be a fan favorite or not. And so when you're editing these shows, you have to have drama.
Right.
So they're like, oh, this girl left this group. I'm sure that happened with other groups too, but she's a little bit more vocal about it. And so yes, they're going to edit it a certain way, but at the same time, she
said what
in
she
the
said.
beginning, she said what she said. But I have come full circle, and now I'm a Jessica fan.
Okay, I want to finish with you, Violet. You said you loved her as a person. What did you think of the performance? Where do you think she's going?
I think she's amazing. To be honest, every single week I want to come on the show and say that Jessica is the best female because I forget about Gina. Because she's so forgettable. For some reason.
I don't think so anymore.
This is a tease.
I think vocal-wise, she's flipping amazing.
Right. Well, we already said
But
she's
just
the best female vocalist.
I never remember that she hasn't gone. But I always remember, oh, Jessica's coming. I can't wait for Jessica.
Huh.
Wow. So
These last few weeks, I've been like waiting for Gina.
Really?
Yeah.
okay. So that's a bit of a tease, so we can break down Gina. But first, we still gotta talk about a few other people. Let's talk about Mr. CJ Harrod. Jason, what's up?
I think CJ's in danger of going home.
I loved him. I would say Dexter
Tonight?
should go home before CJ.
Yes, I
CJ's
totally
good.
agree.
I made a comparison earlier today that I know that some people probably don't like that he always sings like this, but I made the
You
comparison.
sounded like you were gonna hurt yourself there.
I
That was
know.
weird.
That's what he
But-
does to his vocal
No,
cords
but you know
every
what
time he
though?
sings.
Nat King Cole, Ray Charles, these are all people who have a consistent sound every time.
Okay, but
I'm
that-
not. No. I'm not
like,
comparing
what?
them. I'm not comparing them. I'm saying someone who has a voice that's straining. Like
No, but
that's
there's a
deep.
way. There's like
To
a
sing
way.
it.
Like Ray LaMontagne, for instance, has like that super raspy thing, but there's like a finesse to it. Like to work something like that, you have to be super gentle and get into
Well,
it.
I
And
thought
he sings everything like he's screaming.
I think he sounded great. I think that's his style. From me on the couch and watching, I'm gonna be honest. I'm gonna give people their credit. If he sounded bad, he would. Sometimes he's a little bit off, but I like how he sings. I like that I'm always feeling him when he's singing, and he was feeling himself.
So there's a clear division here. Yet I don't know where Violet stands because I'm gonna get to him in a second. But
Yeah.
what did you think about
I
CJ?
actually really like this performance. I feel like every week he puts so much emotion into it, but it's just too much. It's like unnecessary emotion. And this week the emotion was
subtle.
finally perfect. It was like you got into it, you felt it. And I really think he should leave country completely and utterly. I know he probably loves the music, but it just doesn't suit him. And we saw that last week when he sang Hunter Hayes. And yeah, whatever the genre was, he needs to stick to it.
You know what? And I hate to backtrack. The fact that you brought up Hunter Hayes last Thursday when he sent him that message.
I'm sure he never saw the performance. He was just being nice. Hunter Hayes is like the sweetest person on the planet.
Okay.
Well, also last week, what made me a little eerie of CJ is in the like confessional afterwards. He's like,
Yes.
I think I did really good.
Yes.
And if you can't hear that you're like that much off, that's something to be worried about.
That was
Okay, so
weird.
then that's why I wanted you to clean house with it. Are we off? Is there something different? Because it sounds like
I mean, I think it is
Since
a
you were
style
there.
preference. I don't like the way he shouts his things, but even watching him physically, you can feel like tension in his whole body.
Wow.
And like, I think he can connect really well to songs, really well. But I liked what Keith said. Like, don't confuse the sound you're making with the emotion you're feeling. And I think he needs some serious, I'm not saying this in a mean way, but he's destroying his voice, like destroying it. He needs like serious like vocal lessons or he's not going to have a voice in 5 years if he keeps singing this much.
But okay, what I was getting at though is it was his pitch really off? Because Harry even said work on your pitch. It was either Harry or Keith.
His pitch wasn't like super off. He's just always a little bit above it.
Okay. Okay. I think
it's his
Harry said that
style.
weeks ago that
Yeah,
he's
he
always
did.
sharp.
He's
Yeah.
always up. Yeah.
Okay.
But I don't think he hears it, which is like worrisome, I think.
All right. I'm gonna get beat up by probably all three of y'all. So with this next performance, could this be even close to the orbit? Yes, of season 9. Is it season 9? Your boy.
Adam Lambert.
Thank you.
Oh my gosh.
The rock performance of Caleb Johnson. Was it a moment in Idol?
Oh.
You were there live.
It was a moment,
No, it was great,
but
but
I don't think
he's been good
anything
this whole
Adam
time.
Lambert did, I would show some. I would be like,
Yes.
oh my
Yeah,
god,
I
you
was
have to
that
watch
person.
this. Like, this guy is insane.
Ditto. That's how my little
Anything
brother
with
was.
Caleb, I'm like, oh, he's a really good performer,
Mm-hmm.
but he's not. Even to this song tonight, I thought he killed it. Like, great energy, great voice. I don't think he's doing anything that different
Yep.
that makes me want to be like, check this guy out, or I want to buy his album.
Right.
And it's funny too because he sounds good. I don't see him doing shows, but like I could see them making a rock movie and having him be the lead of the movie.
Yeah, exactly.
And that's it.
When I was watching it, it reminded me of, I don't know if any of you guys saw this. It was on CBS for 2 seasons, Rockstar in Excess. It was 1 or 2 seasons where the winner would become the front man
frontman of
in
In
Excess. So I was like, I wonder if he's more suited for that
Yeah.
than perhaps Idol.
Oh, for sure.
Well, because it seems like he needs to do sort of a throwback thing, but he's not doing anything original.
This week, I think he was. I really liked his performance. Not really like. I liked his performance this week much more than last week. And he did try to bring it down a little bit and then build it up, but it still wasn't low enough. If he can just, does he not have that range or that ability
To like just sing like
completely
a silent ballad.
No,
And then
he
build
seems
it
like
up.
the kind
Yeah.
of person. He seems like someone who just like doesn't care. Like he thinks
Like
he's,
a rock star.
He kind of seems like he's someone who thinks that he's the shit. Pardon me. He thinks that he's the ish, and it's funny because they tell him these things, but he almost disregards them. He's like, whatever, I know how I sound.
All right.
I don't need you to tell me because I know it's good.
Even though Ricky Minor and the band said it was about us keeping up with him, which is something they don't have to do.
It was a great performance, and if I just saw the top 9 tonight, I would be like, oh, that Caleb guy.
Right.
But seeing him throughout the whole competition, it's like, we've seen you do this so
Every
many
single
times.
time. That
Even
should
in the
perform.
beginning, we were like, "Wow, this guy is freaking awesome! We can't wait for Caleb." And
We
then
can't wait to see what else he does, and
Exactly,
then, yeah.
and then every week you're like, "Oh, he's doing the same thing."
Exactly.
And I caught myself on when Jason and I do the voice after show. There was a girl, and I was like, "She sounds incredible." I'm like, "Yeah, but is she gonna be a Caleb?" And I did it in that voice, and he's like, "Oh, I know,
Yeah.
right?" And it wasn't necessarily a good thing because she sounded great, but I was like, I feel like all those they don't. I don't know. You should stay away from that. Don't be the same every time because then you're gonna go nowhere, and then we're numb.
Which is an issue I have with Alex.
I have it with Alex, but I have
okay.
it in a
I
different
guess
way
you're right.
because I don't think Alex is copying anybody.
Right, but that's
Absolutely.
his artistry.
Yeah, like I
Caleb
feel
is
like
That's
Alex.
why he doesn't bother me as
Yeah,
much.
because Alex, all of his songs kind of do sound the same, but it's like, oh, I would buy Alex's album because I
Yeah.
know what to expect. With Caleb, it's like, do I want to buy a cover CD?
Right.
Okay. So he was the next to last to close. So of course they save all this drama for the last act. Miss
Finally.
Jenna Irene.
Gina!
Gina.
Whatever.
I know it's spelled Jenna, but it's Gina.
I'm kidding. Okay.
She is insane.
She
Okay,
is.
just
Thank
tell
God she
us
finally
what
sang.
you. Yeah.
Literally, I'm not kidding when I say my whole body was tingling.
Oh my god.
It was so good. And Evanescence that song is so overplayed. But what I like about Gina too is Gina keeps proving herself.
Mm-hmm.
Like last week she sang an EDM song, now she's singing a rock song, and she's still staying true to who she is, but I feel like she's taking risks. And you can see, like, if you watch her performance from earlier on in the competition till now, she has grown so much, and that's perfect for one of these shows. And her personality, I could see her winning.
Yeah.
Totally.
You know,
Ditto.
I wrote the fact, even before she started singing, it was the fact that it's someone you could see. If you were a parent, you would want her as your daughter.
Yeah.
If you were a girl, you'd want her as your BFF, as your
Yeah.
friend. So she's got
And
8 and 80-year-olds voting for her.
Even what's funny is how she's dressed is like so edgy and like rocky, but she makes it look adorable.
Right.
She does.
You're like,
because
oh,
she's
so
so cute.
But she can sing.
And
she
she's
can wail.
very age appropriate.
And I
Yeah.
love that she finally did Evanescence because we kept comparing her to her, and now we were like proven like, we were right.
Yeah.
You know, she did great, and I thought that her last couple of notes were awesome, incredible. Her runs were awesome. She's dope. She's
She
so
has such
nice
control.
to watch.
I did like J-Lo's comment though, because that
What
was
did
my
she
one
say?
critique. She's like, "You're pushing your hair."
Oh, I noticed
Right,
that too.
stop.
And I was
I'm like, let it be. It's
exactly. She
fine.
kept, yeah.
Okay. I just hate that we're all in agreement, it seems like, most of
know.
the time. So that's why I want to say it wasn't my favorite.
Really?
I don't know why. Maybe I'll have to listen to it again. Maybe it's just because I'm comparing it to the previous artist.
Do you think it's like a style preference though?
No, because I love the song. I just
Okay.
for something it wasn't completely pleasing to my ear.
Really?
That's why when you said you had Goosey's there, and the girls had Goosey's watching it on TV, I'm like, I'm going to have to watch it again. So I just for the fact of disagreeing, I'm going to say it wasn't my favorite.
You know
It was
what?
good, but not my favorite.
There's something about Gina that, as amazing as she is, there's something about her voice. I don't know if I'm just hearing it or if I don't understand. It kind of goes in and out, like when she's holding those notes.
I think she needs mic technique.
Okay, because I feel like her throat closes, opens.
Because I feel like some of that's intentional, but I think like
Right.
it almost sounds. I think she pulls the mic away.
Yeah,
and
I think
she
that's-
needs
that's
She's
like
getting
mic.
loud.
Yeah.
She doesn't want to be like. She doesn't
Yeah.
want it to be
Or
like,
she's moving.
Because she has
jumping,
like
and she
mic
can't.
technique of like Mariah Carey, and she needs like Paramore, where you hold
Right.
it to your mouth.
Okay, that could be it
okay.
then, because
That
I
makes
don't
sense.
I've been
understand.
going like this the whole
That
time.
t-
Sorry.
I'm just trying to figure out why I didn't understand the song.
Yeah.
So,
okay, Harry was doing
innuendo
it too.
innuendo aside from sucking gummy bears and shoes being
That
lost.
was okay. Can I say how dirty that was? When they
were there.
Ryan got him back. Ryan got him back for stealing a shoe.
they had that. I think they might have pre-planned that.
The movie bear?
Yeah, but when they were ripping that off, like I'm like, this seems very sexual for American Idol.
I thought.
The gummy bear looked delicious though. I
It,
like
It tasted
really
like
looked
plastic.
gummy
It
bears.
looked like grape. I would have.
All right, guys.
I
I love
We
everything.
can
Right.
continue this on the after show. We got to finish strong because Jason,
Oh, yes.
what do you have for us?
So this is just really quick. I did like yearbook mock collections with the contestants, and so this is who we think the biggest flirt is.
Ooh,
Ooh, so now, Phil, do we have that queued up? Now,
there we go.
Here we go.
Dexter.
Biggest flirt. Dexter.
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 Of course, he's a southern
Country
boy.
boy.
Yeah, country. He's not smooth though, in my opinion.
Oh, ouch! I like that.
Dexter.
Everybody says Dexter. Now, do you think Dexter's a good flirt?
No,
That's what everybody says. Does he like have bad pickup lines?
it's just lame.
Just lame.
It's something that you laugh at. Yeah.
Not working.
No, it's not.
Biggest flirt? Oh my gosh. Nobody's really flirty.
what?
Dexter.
Dexter's.
I think it's Dexter, to be honest, yeah.
And then we got a lot of people saying he's a bad.
Dexter Roberts.
Dexter Roberts, right over there. Turn that camera. There he is. Somebody's saying that you're the biggest flirt. You got something to say to that?
I don't understand about that because there's only a few girls on there on our thing, and they all have boyfriends. So, and I don't flirt with them. So, and I hope the guys don't think I flirt with them.
Bravo.
Cute. Yay.
Good times.
Great to see other sides of him, definitely.
Yeah.
So now, was there any newsy, gossipy, or a little tidbit? Did we already talk
Oh,
about?
next week it is.
AfterBuzz TV News.
They're doing their audition songs. So everybody has to sing the song they audition with.
Wow, they've never done that
That's so
before.
funny.
I think that'll be really good,
That
actually.
will be really good.
Interesting.
Excellent, nice. So, and another thing I want to stress out to the fans, please, if you have any questions, because a lot of media outlets, they have their questions for the idols and the people behind the show, and those are directly from the producers. But here at AfterBuzz, your questions are the ones that are getting asked to the contestants. So I definitely stress out, send us your questions, tweet them out to us, to any of our handles.
And if you sent me questions, I did ask them, so they're in those videos.
Yeah, so definitely send us what you got, folks. It's so important. Definitely, we are an extension of you. So with that said, should we move on to predicciones?
Yes.
You like that how I switched the language on it?
And now, your AfterBuzz TV predictions.
All right, as we all know, we start out with our fave. Who is your favorite tonight?
Oh boy, can you come back to me?
No.
Oh, okay, Majesty. Loved her.
Okay. Steffi, who's your fave?
Allie. Majesty, Gina, Jessica.
Oh, wow.
Oh, can we do more than one? Because mine was Alex, Gina, and Majesty.
I like
Okay. All right, so
You?
my fave was, I'm in
Sam Wolf,
No. Mine was,
Caleb.
yep.
Oh gosh.
Caleb, I see you saw
Caleb
my
was
notes.
good.
Okay,
Caleb was good.
Caleb and I can't even read my own writing.
Majesty's on the
Majesty,
bottom.
I think it says Majesty.
On the
Okay,
bottom.
no, that's for my out. I'll even
Oh.
say who is going to. I think the bottom two, unfortunately, are going to be Sam and Majesty. Hey, I'm on a hot streak. I've called the last two, and the people who've been
Bottom
out the
two?
last 3 weeks.
Dexter.
I would say
I think-
Sam and Majesty are the bottom two, and Majesty's going home.
No.
I'm sorry.
Don't say it.
I'm sorry.
She was so
No,
good.
Sam is gonna.
What do you guys agree?
I mean,
Disagree?
not Sam.
What do you think?
I think CJ and Dexter.
I think Dexter and maybe CJ.
I think CJ and Dexter.
Only CJ because y'all keep saying that you don't like him.
Yeah.
No, I. Oh yeah, right.
Okay, I hate losing bets, so Bama, push your boy CJ. All right, so we're done. So basically, Jason, where can they find you?
On Twitter and Instagram at Jason Ikeler.
Send him your questions, Steffi.
And you can find me on Twitter at Stephanie Giorgi and on Instagram at SteffiG47.
And Dancing Machine, Violet.
You can find me on Instagram, Twitter, Facebook at Violet Kanian.
And once again, a big thank you to our silent assassin running the ones and twos, Phil Svitek. See, he stays quiet. And you can find me at JC Rubio TV on Instagram and Twitter. So for Jason, Steffi, Violet, I'm JC. We're your AfterBuzz. See you next week.
Deuces.
Bye.
From executive producers Maria Menounos, Kevin Undergaro, Phil Svitek, and the entire AfterBuzz TV staff, we would like to thank you for listening to the AfterBuzz TV network. To watch or listen to other after shows and post comments or questions, be sure to visit AfterBuzzTV.com. I'm Sir Richard Wentworth, and this has been a presentation of AfterBuzz TV.
Buzz you later.
The views expressed herein are those of the hosts only and do not necessarily reflect the views of AfterBuzz TV or its owners or principals.
Thank you for watching AfterBuzz TV on YouTube. For more of your favorite after shows and interviews, subscribe to our channel here, and be sure to share your opinion on the episode in the comment section below here. We'd love to see what you guys are buzzing about. Thanks again. Buzz you later.